Sunday night. You've got the plan, the budget is ready, the workout is scheduled, the meals are prepped in your head. Tomorrow is different. Tomorrow is finally it. Monday comes. By Wednesday, it's falling apart. By Friday, you've quietly given up. And by Sunday night, you're planning again. If that loop sounds familiar, this isn't about laziness. It's not about motivation. It's about something much more specific running inside your head. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Here's what makes this pattern so hard to break. Every Monday genuinely feels different. The hope is real. The intention is real. You mean it every single time. That's what makes it so exhausting. You're not lying to yourself. You fully believe it. And then something happens. One missed workout, one unplanned meal, one hard day, and the whole thing collapses. Not slowly, all at once. And instead of adjusting, you reset. You wait for the next clean start. Because broken feels like failed. And failed feels like you need to begin again from scratch. Section 1. You're addicted to the feeling of starting. There's a real neurological reason this happens. When you make a plan, when you imagine the new version of your life, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical it releases when you actually achieve something. So the planning feels like progress. The fresh start feels like momentum. And your brain, which is wired to chase that feeling, learns that starting feels good. Following through is hard. But starting feels like winning. So you start over and over. Because the start is the best part. Section 2. You're using Monday as emotional armor. Monday isn't just a day. For a lot of people, it's a psychological shield. As long as Monday is coming, you don't have to feel the full weight of today. You don't have to face what you ate, what you spent, what you didn't do, because a reset is always around the corner. Monday gives you permission to let today slide. It feels like optimism, but it's actually a very sophisticated form of avoidance. You're not planning for the future, you're escaping the present. Section 3. You've made perfection the entry point. This is the hidden rule most people never say out loud. I can only be consistent if everything is perfect. Perfect day, perfect mood, perfect circumstances. And the moment one thing goes wrong, one bad meal, one skipped session, one stressful day, the whole system shuts down. Because in your mind, imperfect execution equals failure. And failure means start over. But consistency was never about perfection. Consistency is what survives the imperfect days. The people who stay consistent aren't the ones who never slip. They're the ones who don't treat a slip like a collapse. Section 4. The reset is costing you more than you think. Every time you reset, you lose something that doesn't come back easily. Momentum. Not the feeling of momentum. Actual compounded progress. The person who stays at 70% consistently will always outperform the person who hits 100% for 3 days and resets. Always. Because progress doesn't accumulate in bursts. It accumulates in streaks. Imperfect, unglamorous, boring streaks. Every Monday reset doesn't just delay progress. It actively prevents the kind of deep, identity-level change that only comes from staying in the game long enough for your brain to stop seeing the new behavior as temporary. The honest reframe. Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. You don't need another Monday. You need to stop treating your life like a draft. Every day you wait for a clean start is a day you're telling yourself that right now, this version of you, this messy, imperfect moment, isn't worth building from. But it is. It's the only version you have. And the people who change their lives don't do it because they finally found the perfect starting point. They do it because they stopped needing one. Wednesday at 9 p.m. with a bad week behind you is just as valid a starting point as Monday morning with a fresh plan. The calendar is not your permission slip. What to do about it? 2 things. Small ones. 1. Replace the reset with a recovery. When something goes wrong, and it will, don't reset. Don't wait for Monday. Just ask, what's the smallest thing I can do right now to stay in the game? 1 glass of water, 1 10-minute walk, One line in the budget, tiny, but it keeps the streak alive. 2. Lower the bar to something you can't fail at. The reason you keep needing fresh starts is because the standard is too high to survive real life. Make it smaller. Not forever, just small enough that a bad day can break it. Then build from there. The goal isn't a perfect plan. The goal is to still be going in 6 months. If you've started over more times than you can count, that's not a character flaw. That's a pattern. And patterns can be interrupted. You don't need to overhaul everything. You don't need a new system. You just need to stay in the game one day, past the point where you'd normally quit. That's where the real change lives. Not in the plan, in the staying. If you want to keep understanding why your brain does what it does and what to actually do about it, you already know where to find us.